All right, race fans, welcome back to another exciting day of racing excitement here at the world's premier automotive country club, Monticello Motor Club. I'm joined by my trusty co-host, Paul Quealy. Very Irish, very handsome, up here in the box. Not racing right now. Wanted to grace us.
I had a little boo-boo in practice. I got on the curbing in turn 3. Made a mistake, and my splitter is split, as they like to say. But that doesn't matter, Derek. We are at the world-famous Monticello Motor Club. In a beautiful fall day, they're playing college football. But here at Monticello, we're racing. And what a race we have today. Andre Fernandez, the Portuguese Green Bandit, is leading the place. He's in first at pole. Right next to him, JF Pepe Le Pew. And then Mark Davies in his Ferrari. And then Simon Reed, new to the club but not new to racing. He's going to be someone you need to look at today.
You know, that's a great point, PQ. And Simon Reed will be carrying one of the brand new Monticello Motor Club in-car cameras. So we're going to be able to track the action from inside Simon's car as he follows Mark Davies out of Palm Beach, Florida, the Mark Davies machine, the Ferrari Challenge car. So Simon Reed outside second row. Third row is Adam Klein, being coached ably by Nick Leone. And then you've got Reggie Tartaglione on the outside of row 3 in that mighty Porsche Cup car, followed up by Alan Teo and Nick Steinman, who's also carrying a Monticello in-car camera today. The field is looking good, and there, as we speak, there's Simon Reed's in-car looking right at Mark Davies. I tell you, this is going to be he's looking right at Mark Davies and JF. JF sipping a fine Bordeaux. He uses red wine as ballast in there to keep the BOP consistent. I tell you, we've got Rudy Pistoli in position 9 outside of Jonathan Wilson in that Aston Martin. So we've got an exciting top 10. We've got 26 cars on track. It's going to be a great day of member racing.
And you know, down a little bit in midfield, I look for a great race between Eric Patenaude and Alex Blaker. They and Ivan Brightly, they battled to and fro last night in the ND2 race. Alex Blaker had his coming out party, was able to hold off Eric, but today is a new day. It's not for the ND Challenge, but it's a new day. We are lining up, ready to go as they move down to where Morgan, our trusty flag waver, will give him the green flag. I don't like the setup here. I'd like to see JF. JF's a little in front. He's going to have to back off. Andre Fernandez is going to have to move up a little bit. They're getting ready. Morgan is getting ready for the drop of the flag. And we are off, race fans.
Green flag on the field now as Fernandez and Formella go into Montreal. Morgan working that flag. Wow. I'm not even sure that is Morgan. That might be an alternate flagger. Look at these guys getting through Montreal. Everybody clean. There's Blaker, the R4 cars like you're talking about. Blaker pushing Les Schrim right there in that Porsche. Blaker already looking racy back there in the R4 cars. As Fernandez leads them up into the carousel, JF right in his chimney, wanting to keep pressure on that big green machine early.
Yeah, this is, right now we're in the settle down phase. We've gone through Montreal, incident-free. I think Andre Fernandez is going to be very, very hard to beat today. As good of a racer as JF is in his car, Andre Fernandez has a little something special in that Green Bandit. But let's not overlook Mark Davies, the Palm Beach Mark Davies, as well as Adam Klein, and my favorite, Reggie T.
Ferreira.
David Ferreira put the brakes on. Ew!
Jay Davis just makes the pass. Jay Davis with the heads-up move there to go wide into the grass. David Pereira in that M4 GT4 loops it onto the main straight, goes off, and everybody passes him clean, including Jay Davis Day goes around him on the left in the grass, very heads-up driving there by the brother of our HR department, Donna Cruz. I mean, that's probably where he gets it from. Donna probably taught him everything he knows about driving. Here comes the world's angriest M2, Rudy Pistoli, right there behind the Adam Klein car already. Klein off the pace.
Rudy's wife, the beautiful, lovely Lucy, and I got to meet Rudy's mother. Unbelievably nice lady from Albania. I asked her, did she win Miss Albania in 2002? And she says, no, she was a participant in 1999.
Meanwhile, back on track, we've got this big orange McLaren doing work out there right now. You've got a lot of action here. We've got some passing early on. There's Jonathan Wilson in the Aston Martin, and he is tracking Alan Teo as they head down under the bridge, completing lap number 1. Fernandez setting sail out front, being trailed by JF, but as you succinctly pointed out, PQ, the big green machine, as also Jillian pointed out last week, this Ferrari Challenge car's pretty fast. Pretty fast.
They really do have but you know what? Right now, midfield, we still have some really good battles. Eric Patenaude, Alex Blaker, Ivan Brightly. And let's not forget Mike Leo and Paul Levine. Two good friends. Neither wants to see the other one win.
Yeah, that's exactly how friendly they are. Paul Levine in position number 26, looking to give Mike Leo the business back there. As Fernandez turns onto the main straight, JF trying to track him down. Simon Reed, we still got Simon Reed in third, followed by Mark Davies. I tell you what, this race is underway. We got 21 minutes to go. Reggie T moving up through the field a little bit as well, man. That big Porsche Cup car. Reggie T just, man, I tell you, that guy is fit, right?
You know what? I want to. He is my idol. I do not know what he's doing, but I need some of it.
I need even more of it, I think. Reggie T threw the switchback up and over the top. He just got picked off, I think, by one of maybe a Klein car. We got to get a close up there as they get down to hairpin. I tell you what, we look at our on-screen graphics provided by the Monticello media team, live timing and scoring on the screen, as well as car placement in the field. You can see in the lower left-hand corner, Fernandez still out front. It is a drag race heading up the North Straight. We've got racing action all over the track right now. Cutting to the in-car here, you see Simon Reed turning into the old turn 2 in the S's. He'll be making that left-hander onto the straightaway here and heading under the bridge. Simon Reed, one of the bright spots, just new to the club, as you said, but an excellent racer, looking really good.
He's my favorite member. He's enthusiastic. He wants to participate, and he's rich. Perfect member.
There's Manny T tracking Mark Davies out of Palm Beach, Florida. And now coming down the hill, you got Nick Steinman, and there comes one of the McLarens as well as one of the Kleins there. Jordan Klein, I believe. Fernandez through patience, leading the field. Fernandez not exactly pulling away from JF.
No, not at all. JF is just looking at his time.
220. That's a 220 for JF and a 219 for Andre.
But a high 219.
That's right.
This is a race.
Yeah. JF brought his A game. JF being coached up by Jason Rabe, and I think that's really paying off for JF early on.
And being supported by the MMC support team. And all the maintenance by the MMC Race Shop, run by Frankie Cash
Ortiz out there in the service center. So let's check in on the action as they head down the main straight here. The field getting a little spread out. Faster cars starting to stretch their legs.
Mark Davies, he just went from a 224 in his last lap. He just did a 222. That's really good racing. He hasn't been in that Ferrari too long. Very, very pleased at what he's doing. He could be a spoiler for Simon.
Absolutely. Heat coming into the tires. That Mark Davies starting to really pick up the pace. As you watch Rudy Pistoli tracking Jonathan Wilson in that Aston Martin, followed by one of the Klein cars there. All three of them. You could throw a blanket over those guys right now. Let's see if Jonathan Wilson's got the stuff to hold off the world's angriest M2.
You know, speaking of blankets, there's some beautiful MMC blankets for sale in the pro shop. Nothing better than a sofa throw while you're watching some of the football games late this year, maybe the early F1 Center. Snuggle up with an MMC blanket.
I tell you what, fall colors coming out, crispness in the air. What you need is a Monticello blanket. Check out Maria in the pro shop to get your blanket today.
Actually, let's have 20% off on all blankets for the rest of this race. 20% off on blankets.
And coming down the hill now, you see here comes Nick Steinman, followed by Alan Teo. Alan Teo looks inside to give him the nose, trying to get around him. The old Quealy over-under in Montreal.
Oh, we got a
patented
pass right
move.
here, Coach.
Oh, wow. Let's see. Maybe a pass. He's going to get the door closed on him right there. Jay Davis looking for a pass on the inside, but he can't quite pull it off.
You know, Jay Davis, not one that we think that makes those type of moves, but he's obviously great, gaining a lot of confidence. He's worked on his craft. He's got a good car. And I think he's showing it right now. Let's go back in the midfield. How are we doing with the Paul Levine, Mike Leo duo?
Mike Leo has really taken. Mike Leo's up to 18. Paul Levine's still running 23.
Come on, Paul, let's get going. We don't want Mike Leo to get the Apex Award today. Actually, Mike Leo would deserve it. He had a tough day yesterday, but he's bouncing back. And if nothing, Mike Leo is resilient.
Very much so. And Mike Leo in that ND2 has a little bit more car than Paul Levine in his humble NB Class R7. But I'll tell you, Paul Levine's going to get every ounce of performance out of that car. Paul Levine been putting in the work and getting better every race this season.
Mark Davies just shaved off, had just at his best time at 2:21. He is gaining as we move into I'd say the settle down portion of the race. We've got 18 minutes left. Right now, we still have Andre Fernandez, the Green Giant, out in front, followed closely by Pepe Le Pew, Simon Reed, Mark Davies, and one of my all-time favorites, Reggie T.
So, Mark Davies, as you pointed out, lapping about a second faster than Simon Reed and only a second and a half back. So, as you pointed out, Paul, ooh, look at that. Ooh, boy. Jay Davis looking racy today.
I don't know what has
He had
gotten
some
into
extra cappuccino out of that Jay Davis. It might be a Jay Davis day.
You know, isn't every day a Jay Davis day? There we go. Oh, we got a late pass. That is Alan Teo's. Oh, Adam Klein. But he's still Nick Simon. But these two top guys, we've got the top four running in the 220 to 221 range. They're going to be difficult. I think the midfield, I like the battle between Reggie T and Alan Teo. I don't know which one of those is my favorite member.
Yeah, I know. It'd take a little bit of an Excel spreadsheet to figure that out maybe. But I'll tell you this. Jonathan Wilson and that beautiful Aston Martin from Serenity Lane is about to have a problem with Rudy Pistoli. I tell you, Pistoli closing in on that Jonathan Wilson Aston Martin. We're going to have some action here as they head up to Carousel pretty soon.
So we have a new, three new in-car teaching video systems that we've bought, and I explained one to Reggie T, and I said, Reggie T, let me tell you how much it costs. You know why he's my favorite member? He says, I don't care what it costs.
Bill me for it. I tell you what, Reggie T, really, the spirit of Monticello just flows through Reggie T. There's no doubt about it. He was the winner, the year before last, and then was dethroned by Melissa Barthelms this past year. But Reggie T really on the comeback trail to try to retake that Spirit of Monticello award.
Saw Owen and Melissa last night. They are really a racing family. I'll tell you what, if Owen's not careful, Melissa's going to be kicking his ass on the race course.
She definitely has the right attitude. And
Owen might really want to buy one of those blankets so he can crawl up, put that blanket over his head and cry because his wife beat him. And speaking of blankets, I think Mike Watkins might want to buy one because his big date's coming next week.
Mike Watkins is going to need a gift for his girlfriend when she gets here next week. He might consider a 20% off blanket in the Monticello Pro Shop right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw Mikey early in the morning. I went by his house. He was up ironing the T-shirts.
What was the shirt? What's the shirt of the day?
He is going with the Corvette T-shirt. It's his old favorite.
Mike Watkins does like some LS power. There's no doubt about it. Rudy about to be in trouble here. Rudy getting pressure, not able to attack Wilson because he's worried about this Klein car behind him.
I don't know much about the Albanians, but it looks like Rudy's mother rules the roost. I'm not so sure he wants to come back to her and say, "Mom, I was passed."
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Miss Pistoli does rule the entire operation.
Speaking about great Albanians, we have a great Albanian that owns the restaurant right at the end of Cantrell Road, Salaya, which is really wonderful. They're great to our members, and a shout out to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I also have it on good authority. Mentor, the bartender, makes a great Cosmopolitan over there.
Mentor has been fantastic.
Yeah, great guy.
I actually had the pasta with a little garlic and oil linguine with some wonderful shrimps the other night. I ate by myself. It was a beautiful, and tomatoes, fresh from the garden.
Right out of the right out of the garden in the
Farm
front.
to track tomatoes. But let's get back to the race. Andre Fernandez continuing to do 220, JF 221. He's having a little trouble. Mark Davies really pushing Simon. Reggie T on top of Alan Teo, but Alan Teo has got a second. He just did the last lap, 1 second difference from him. I know who's on his mic is Mike Watkins, and he's telling Mike. He said, "Alan, you got a second on Reggie. Let's push it."
I can tell you, as predicted, Mark Davies is all over Simon Reed right now. We're going to probably be watching that in-car camera for a Mark Davies pass here any minute now.
Two Englishmen.
Oh, yeah.
Two Englishmen, though. A little known fact is Mark Davies grew up in Italy. Italian's his first language.
Wow.
He thinks in Italian, and he says he's an Englishman or an Italian trapped in an Englishman's body.
Here they are coming down the South Straight, passing Paul Levine. Now that's Simon Reed working a little traffic there. That's probably a good move out of Simon. Maybe get a little traffic management and get a gap to himself between himself and Mark Davies as he goes through the Lofts corner. There comes your boy Reggie T coming down the South Straight, turning that mighty Porsche from Manti Racing into the Montreal corner, followed by Alan Teo and Jordan Klein. Actually, I think that's Adam Klein. Car 7. Adam Klein.
Rudy P is doing well. He's at 10th. Back in the, how's the Eric Patenaude, Alex Blaker, Ivan Brightly run coming?
So you got Paterno in 16th, still holding just ahead of Alex Blaker. And Ivan Brightly is behind. So Mike Leo has moved up in R4. So currently, R4 is being ruled by Eric Paterno in first class. Alex Blaker second in class for R4. Third in class, Mike Leo. And they're being split by Jay Davis, an R3 car running in 18th place.
Woo! Jay Davis having the day of days. It's always great when it just comes together once a year for Jay.
So David Pereira, yesterday was David Pereira's birthday. He had that little off there in lap number 1, but he's gathered it back up and is now starting to apply pressure and move up through the field in that mighty M4 GT4. Dave Pereira running in 13th, right behind Les Schrimm.
Yeah, and I don't want to say it, but I think he was clenching his teeth. He's a dentist. I wonder how the blanket sales are going.
I don't know. Let's check in with Maria. We need a roving cameraman to check out what's happening inside the pro shop. I think the crowd's probably on its feet in there, just decimating the pro shop inventory right now. Here we go with Alan Teo and Adam Klein, and there comes Nick Steinman through the hairpin as we've got 8 minutes left in this race. You know, Paul, time flies when you're having fun, man. It's the fastest 25 minutes in motorsports. These guys come out here, look, as you see John Marcado coming down the South Straight, followed by
lift man, John Marcado.
Simon Reed still trying to work traffic to keep Mark Davies behind him. Simon Reed's racecraft is very, very good right now.
Simon Reed just broke into the 221s. That's going to spell trouble for Mark Davies.
Yeah. His purple lap a little bit better than Mark Davies right now.
And look at Reggie T. Just did a 225.5. Alan Teo 225.4. Maybe Alan will not pass him. Look at Reggie. I love Reggie. He digs deep. He's a real, you know what he is? He's a warrior. Reggie T, the warrior.
And don't look now, but Rudy P has gotten around that Aston Martin and has left the Aston. He has set sail on the Aston as Jordan Klein starts to apply pressure to Jonathan Wilson's rear bumper. Rear bumper, which, by the way, Jonathan Wilson showed me this morning, a really nice redesign by Jonathan on that rear bumper. He looked at what Aston Martin did and said, you know what, I can do better. I'm going to push that tail light in and make it a little less aerodynamic. I think he added some venting there in the back.
Nothing wrong with that. So we're 7 minutes left. Conditions are good. Track temperature is perfect. Sunny, trees. There is... Right now, Andre Fernandez, he smells it. He smells victory lane.
He's got a 6-second. Fernandez with a 6-second lead on JF right now. It is almost all over except for the Bordeaux, my friend. Yep. All over but for the Bordeaux.
But JF has run a really good race. As a matter of fact, his last time was fast. His last lap was faster than Andre. But Andre's got all that clean air.
So looking at R1 right now, you've got Andre Fernandez at the top of R1. Mark Davies out of Palm Beach, Florida, running second in class, followed by Reggie T, third in class right now. They're being split by a couple of R2 cars, JF and Simon Reed. And as we wind down the closing moments, only about 2 or 3 laps left in this race, you see Jordan Klein on the straightaway trying to catch that really quick Aston Martin with the twisted livery on it out of Jonathan Wilson's stable. And Rudy's already through the switchback.
Yeah, this race is really going as planned. I thought Mark Davies would push Simon Reed. He has. I thought he would actually sneak in for third. Not surprised at the nice race that Mike Leo's running. Not surprised that Eric Patenaude is he just does not make any mistakes. I think racer of the day so far has to be Jay Davis.
Jay Davis has been uncharacteristically aggressive today, so kudos to Jay Davis. Looking back in the field, you've got guys back there like David Pereira in 12th place. You got Dan Feldstein, Crestron Dan running in 14th. Fantastic car there. You've got Paterno up to 16th, leading the R4 cars. Blaker still in 18th, followed by Mike Leo and then Ivan Brightly. Going back a little bit more, you've got John Marcado duking it out with Jack Wilson. Those guys are both running in class R5. And Marcado, Jack Wilson campaigning one of those twisted Miatas, just like his dad. And Jack Wilson really has had a great season on the racetrack.
Has done very well. Went through all our camps. They have built a beautiful home. They're here for the long term, which is wonderful. Another great member on Serenity Lane.
Jay Davis about to have a mirror full of the big green machine. Andre Fernandez starting to pick off back markers. And when you're Andre Fernandez, let's face it, everybody's a back marker.
And this is great for him because as soon as he gets through those people, JF's going to have to fight through those folks. As long as Andre doesn't make a mistake, and he's way too talented to make a mistake, he's got a supercar, he will be taking home P1.
Yeah, and Jonathan Wilson.
Up.
Oh, Simon Reed.
That Simon Reed.
Mike Leo gets around Simon Reed. Simon Reed late on the brakes in old turn 1 and pays the price for it.
He'll chase Mike Leo down, but that was an uncharacteristic mistake for Simon.
Mark Davies able to scoot through there. I think Mark Davies probably made the pass and we didn't even see it on camera. So while Simon Reed's going off, I am sure that Mark Davies got by him.
I don't think so.
He did not get
We'll
by
see
him.
it. No, he was.
How is
he
that
got
even
caught in the
possible?
traffic as well.
Yeah. Wow. So Simon Reed's traffic management enabled a gap big enough to let him go off and still maintain third overall.
Something Mark Davies is getting caught. He just lost 4 seconds in his race per lap, and that's why Simon, even with that mistake, is staying on.
Hey, good on him. That Englishman looking pretty quick in third place overall, running second in Class R2.
Jonathan Wilson getting up to 10th.
Started 10th.
He started 10th. You know, we consider him consistent.
He's being coached up by Jason Lair today. And let me tell you, if you want to get coached by Jason Lair, stop by and see Jillian and Dustin at the concierge desk. They can set you up with some private coaching from the best driving instructors in America. Two laps to go. We'll be catching the white flag next time by. Look at the Klein car working over Alan Teo's bumper. Man.
Alan Teo is going to have trouble holding him off.
I tell you what, Adam Klein looking pretty racy. One of the, another relatively new member, relatively young racer, but Adam Klein looking really good out there today. Simon Reed right back at it.
I'll tell you one thing you don't want to. Oh, here we go on Jay Davis. Simon Reed gets by him, says to Jay, and not today.
The old over-under.
The old over-under. Of course, Jay's in a much slower car. But it was still good racing by Jay. He let him pass. No funny business here at the MMC.
As Simon Reed approaches the rear of that Eric Paterno car who's leading Class R4, you see Simon Reed, just the great camera work here by the Monticello media team, as Simon Reed closes in on the blue and white ND2 of your Class R4 leader, Eric Paterno. Big early exit there for Paterno, and watch Simon Reed just track him down and pick him off with that superior Stuttgart power in that Porsche Club Sport.
Absolutely. So we have just about 1 lap to go. We're going to get the last lap sign from Morgan. And oh, look at all the crowd up on the gallery. Looking, what a beautiful day. They probably won't leave after the race. It's so nice up there.
I tell you what, there you can see the Pistolis, you can see Leon, you can see everybody out there on the balcony. Cue the Pistoli shot there in the hairpin. And here comes Jonathan Wilson and Jordan Klein. And there's Adam Klein still tracking Alan Teo. Alan Teo holding him at bay, though, in 5th place overall. Adam Klein running in 6th place overall as Morgan gives them the 1 to go.
1 lap to go. We are live at Monticello. Andre Fernandez, the Green Comet, Portugal's finest, will run him down. He will go to first. JF, nice place for Pepe Le Pew. Wonderful racer, serious about his craft. Simon Reed, gonna look like it's a 3rd for Simon Reed. Mark Davies looks like a 4th for him. Alan Teo and Adam Klein, still a toss-up.
Yeah, still a toss-up. Nick Steinman looking good in 7th, followed by Reggie T. and Rudy P. As Simon Reed gets through the switchback, he'll be looking. Here you go. You've got Andre Fernandez running up the north course. We're going to be checkered flag here in mere seconds. JF, you know, it's been a respectable race out of JF. You know, he's really turned a lot of consistent laps. JF doing great. I think the massage yesterday from Denise
That's
really helped speed him up.
JF's a wonderful racer. And he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He doesn't have the car Andre has. But my guess is soon he will have a car like Andre. He doesn't like to finish second.
Here comes the big green machine drone being piloted by Chris Chapala, watching that checkered flag, watching the finish line as Andre Fernandez.
Well done, Andre.
Portugal's finest crosses the finish line first. Beautiful Andre Fernandez, followed by JF in 2nd place. And here comes Simon Reed down the hill.
Do you think we'll see Yonel racing out to give Andre Fernandez a cold towel and some water?
I think a cold towel, some water, and also a big, big hug.
Oh, because Andre Fernandez, the most beautiful man.
Oh, and listen, there's no doubt about it. Yonel loves him some Andre Fernandez.
All right, so folks, that is somewhat of a wrap at Monticello Motor Club as we look back. Beautiful American flag. We had a wonderful national anthem today, maybe one of our best ever. It doesn't get any better than this. Fall in the Catskills at the Monticello Motor Club. I'm signing out from Paul Quealy
and Derek Leonard. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with race 2 in about 40 minutes. Stay tuned, race fans.